What's the first point?
TH20? TH20?
No, in the box.
Oh, sorry, TH14. Okay. What's TH stand for?
Triple heater.
Triple heater. Thank you.
You're welcome. Actually, it was supposed to be the, but I left off the E.
Way to go. Again.
So, triple warmer 14. And can you read location?
Shoulder crevice distal to a chromium ledge.
Okay.
Between medial and posterior deltoid.
Okay, so if you look at deltoid, and you can see how the deltoid splits into three, yes, anterior, medial, and posterior. Triple warmer 14 is up underneath the acromion shelf in between the medial and posterior. So as you mobilize the shoulder up, you press in there. Try to find that on yourself. And you should feel a dull ache somewhere in there. It depends on how you find the point, depends on how the person is. Like if they're more anteriorly rotated, that point's going to be slightly different. So a good way of finding it is just letting your feel for the medial deltoid, and then just let that back finger go right up underneath the acromion shelf. You feel any dull ache there?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we're working for this to find the points, there's a point on the front of, on either side of the medial deltoid, which is large intestine, I think I listed it here on the next page, large intestine of 15. So to work the shoulder in this fashion, you just let your thumb and index finger go on either side of the medial deltoid, and you just go up underneath the shelf so you can get both points at the same time. And this is really good for frozen shoulder.
I feel that. Feels good.
So is everyone clear on that? If not, ask the question now so that I can give you some clarity if you need it.
So the 2 points you're hitting are TH14?
TH14 and large intestine 15.
Okay.
So they're points on either side of the medial deltoid, up underneath the acromion shelf. So if you're down here too far, you're not going to be on the points, even though you're on either side of the medial deltoid. You want to come up where you can't come up no more, up underneath the acromion shelf. And rather than try to stimulate it directly in, if you lift the arm up a little bit, it creates a little dip there, and that's how you find the point. Okay?
Because you're reaching up under the shelf.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, is everyone clear on that? So those are those 2 points. What's the next one?
Triple heater 15, heavenly crevice.
Okay. So triple heater 15. This is where the levator attaches on the superior angle of the scapula. You know this, yes? Where the levator attaches on the superior angle of the scapula. So you find the superior angle of the person's scapula, and then you come just immediately above that and press in, and there should be some tightness there. That's triple warmer 15, and that helps because, you know, elevator, yes? So if it's excessively contracted, you're going to get imbalance in the shoulder. So this point, triple warmer 15, again, it's just immediately above the superior angle of the scapula, right in the fascial attachment of where levator connects. Okay, so you want to feel for it with your fingertip and just sink right into it. Can I take this out? Do you mind?
Oh, sure.
Is everyone clear on that point? So that's triple warmer 15. Okay. So we did triple warmer 14 and large intestine 15, and these are just numbers to you, so I want to emphasize more the location anatomically. Okay, so on either side of the medial deltoid up underneath the acromion shelf for these 2 points, and then a point right above or superior to where the levator attaches on the uppermost portion of the scapula. Okay? What's the next one, please?
Large intestine 11?
Okay, large intestine 11. And this, even though it's away from the shoulder, this point that we're going to do now affects this shoulder rather significantly because it's on a line of energy that runs right through the shoulder. Okay, that's why. So, and large intestine 11 is if you take your arms, y'all, and go like this, and see that crease, the elbow, the crease here, when you bend, come right at the end of it and press. You'll feel a little indentation there. And you press in there and feel if you feel a dull ache in there. There. So, end of the crease. Feel any dull ache in there?
Yeah.
Feel that? Now, do me a favor. Do it yourself, please, and press in there hard until you feel it. And then back off, like we were doing yesterday. Press in there and then back out until you can still feel it. So you let me know, first of all, if you feel it. There.
Yeah, I feel it.
Okay, now I'm going to back off of it a little bit, and let me know when if you still feel it.
Uh-huh.
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
Can you still feel it?
Uh-huh.
How about now?
Yeah.
So I backed off quite a bit. So again, when we're doing points, we don't want to smother the point. We want to locate it. They have a dull ache there, fine, and then start backing off a little bit and seeing where that level is where you're still contacting the point. You know, it makes no sense to me that if we're trying to free up energy, if we're trying to relieve some sort of stagnation, that we excessively press into something that's already too tight. Yes? So when you make contact with the point, lovely, and then you want to back off until they still feel it, but at almost the lightest pressure. Okay? So it opens the point up so the energy can flow out.
Yeah, when I first touched it, it was extremely sore. And I've been kind of holding it a little bit, and that soreness is dissipating.
It's the mystery of the work.
It's cheap.
It's cheap.
One of those.
It's cheap, baby. That's the thing, you know.
Well, cheap,
You know? And that, you know, a lot of times, a lot of the manifestations that we have, either physically or emotionally, are from stagnation. You know,
What?
a stagnation when there's too much is stuck. You know, like when we have too much stuff. You know, so.
Should you do these kind of things maybe like before you work on the shoulder?
Well, as part of the shoulder, I mean, work, however you include it.
Oh, I mean, you don't do these separately and then do the shoulder.
No, I
Do them as you're doing the shoulder.
I would include them. But, you know, think about trying to take this stuff in and then trying to say, okay, we'll do this and now do these points. Too much.
Yeah.
You know, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
So it's even too much trying to explain it in some sort of relatively clear manner. But
Yeah.
breaking it down, you know, a little bit, so here's the movement, you feel that fine, and then going back and doing the points. And then, absolutely, but you bring up a good thing, is that you want to include them into the work. Okay?
Right.
Okay, this is large intestine 11, and again, and what's the next one then?
14.
Okay, 14, if you look at this tear drop shape of the deltoid as it attaches to the humerus, as it comes down in a tear shape, you want a large intestine 14 is right on the bone immediately distal to the attachment at the deltoid tuberosity. Okay? Oh, look at that look at you. Nice.
I've had that one done on me.
Uh-huh. Is that okay? How do you feel?
Yeah, feels good.
Again, very good for opening up the shoulder. Because, you know, it creates in motion a lot of times these muscles so that they can open up more. Now you think about, you know, this like muscular epaulette that goes over the top of the shoulder and attaches at the deltoid tuberosity, and because of the tightness it has a tendency to glue down to a certain extent, and if nothing else, retard the motion up. Okay, so if you can address that in a clearer sense so that it opens up a little bit, then you'll naturally have more a range of motion, because it's the deltoid actually that's active up to 90 degrees basically, I believe, and then the muscles up above attach. So if you're having trouble moving, pardon me?
Get the music going.
I do, well, I can't wait. So that's large intestine 14. And what's the next one on that list?
Well, the last one was 15.
Oh, 15, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is 14, and then we did 15.
15, yeah. And then we'll go to...
Okay, so that's that, so stop it, Liz.